Now, pretending this file is empty, as soon as you open a Flash file, it's important that you save it right away because Flash loves to crash. So Command Shift Save, Command Shift S, pardon me. Go to your drive. If it is not activated, please go to this blue icon up here and activate your home directory. Punch in your username if it asks you to. Okay. Also, just in case your drive isn't available in the sidebar, just go to Finder, Preferences, Sidebar, and make sure your home folder right here is selected so it will show up here. So it's an easy find. So, this talking potato is under the dialogue assignment in my animation folder. My animation folder is called Class Demos. And this dialogue is a potato. So talking potato, as you see right here, which I have already saved. Go ahead, replace. Now I'm going to create a new character. I think I want that garlic bulb that I saw in a clip last week. So I'm going to hit the B key for the brush tool. And I'm going to draw, I think I want it to be a smaller brush. In the properties box, I usually like a nice 13 size for my drawing brushes. Yoink. Going by memory what that garlic bulb looked like. Alright, that's the garlic bulb's body. I'm going to shrink this a bit, select tool, and hit free transformation tool, which is also the Q key, and scale it. Because he also has some features up here. Be quiet. There. Whenever you lose something in Flash, like you're drawing, hit this icon here, the center stage, and bring everything to stage. Okay, zoom out. So that's the garlic bulb's body. I'm going to select the entire layer and create a symbol so it can have its own timeline. So modify, convert to symbol, or hit F8. So I'm going to say garlic body. Then I'm going to double click on the asset. And if you see the tabs up here, I have a garlic body. So that's good. Now, what I would like to do also is go to just insert symbol, go back to scene 1, insert new symbol, because I want a new timeline. And I'm going to say garlic anim. The anim is my code for this is going to be a nested symbol. And nested symbols hold other symbols. So I'm going to the library, and where's my garlic body? And I'm going to drag it onto the stage here. Yay. Now, I'm going to extend these frames out to 30, F5. Okay, cool. I'm going to call this garlic body layer. And now I definitely want it to have eyes and a mouth. Okay, I'm going to pull in a little bit. So, I'm going to draw its eyes. Oops. The forward and backward brackets. See where it says size here? And see how the numbers are changing? Will be the hotkeys for your brush size. There we go. That will be the character's eyes. Use the fill tool. Fill in its eyes. And its eyes are going to blink at the same time, so it can be saved as eyes at the same time, at least as a symbol, converted to a symbol. F8 to convert to symbol. First, the name of the character, Garlic. There's 2 characters in this file. Eyes. Alright, cool. Eyes. Layer. Now the states for the mouth. That mouth is going to be tricky. Perhaps that body should be... There should be a bit more room down here. So I'm going to go to the body's layer and adjust that onto its own nested symbol. Because we need room. Pretty easy to adjust. Alright, go up to 13. I believe that's the brush size I use. Oops, that's a bit big. Try an 8. That'll do. Maybe a bit more room. Even more so. And I'll take the eraser, E key. It's also over here. Make some adjustments. Now we have some room. I could always give him cheeks later, but let's get on to this mouth, because we have to animate the mouth for a demo. So, I'm going to do an open state mouth. Pardon. I'm going to give him a tongue in there. K key. For the paint bucket tool, I'm going to go and find another color for his tongue. Perhaps he has a green tongue. He's a vegetable. There. And with the rest of these layers locked, so I don't select any features by mistake, I'm going to select his mouth, hit F8, and I'll just say garlic, mouth, open. Okay. And I'll just say G, mouth, open, underscore layer. You don't want to have, like in the library, you don't want to have 2 library items, including the layers, sharing the same name. Flash will get confused. Now I'm going to do a closed mouth. G, mouth, closed. Okay. Lock this layer so I don't select anything by mistake. And get a true black there. And maybe he has cheek creases. And that's the closed mouth. Let's hide everything else just to see. That will do for a demo. I can always clean that up later. So F8, garlic, mouth. Actually, use the same naming convention. Garlic underscore mouth, closed. Now I'm going to give him a grin. Let me see the rest of these guys. And I'll draw a grin for his mouth. Brush tool. Hide these other mouths here. There. Make sure I'm on his layer, the grin layer. Give him a grin. So F8 again. Garlic underscore mouth. Grin. Oops, underscore. Keep your nomenclature consistent. Cool. So, Gmail, grin. Excellent. Now we have all these wonderful states that will allow him to talk. I'm gonna do a Shift F6 here. Clear those frames. Mouth closed. Let's do an F6, F6 to create keyframes on either side. F6 to create a gap here. Okay, F6. Great. Oops, pardon. And we can color him in a bit. Right now, I want to record dialogue. So, I guess Garlic will probably say smelly. So I'm going to record his sound. And I shall do that by going to QuickTime, which is also in your applications. Right here. And I am going to say new audio recording. I'm going to make sure that I'm using my USB device when I click this drop down menu here. Bring this up to the middle here, the sound bar. Now you can hear that echo. That's my voice there. And I'm going to record. I'm going to say smelly. Smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly. Click here. Test.
Smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and save. Now, when we attempt to import this into Flash, otherwise known as Adobe Animate, import to library, you're going to see that it's disabled. Flash, at least for the Mac version, they only like AIFs. So we have to change the format of this recording. So go to Media Encoder, hit the plus key, select Smelly from your folder hierarchy, open, and you're going to see this drop down menu. Originally it was an MP3, and you can see from previous demos that I have converted Pickle to AIFF. It's going to convert this M4A, you see here, to an AIF. Click on this dialog box to make sure you are saving to the right place. Dialog Potato and the audio folder. I made a special audio folder for this assignment. So save and click the arrow. It'll convert for us. All right, I'm going to go into that folder hierarchy right now just to make sure everything is there. So this is my drive, class demos, dialog, potato, audio. Yep, there's the path. Everything is where it should be. This should work now. Now, file, import. Oops. There we go. Import to library. Smelly, AIF. And this is your library. And there's your smelly AIF, along with the pickle that was recorded before. Now we want to go to properties and go to sound. Make sure that the layer that we created is selected. I'm going to say garlic sound. Layer. Then go to this drop down menu that says none. Select smelly. Make sure the sync is on stream. And we have our dialogue here. Looks like we're not quite there yet in terms of seeing its waveform. There it is. There's its waveform. And just keep hitting F5 until we run out of that waveform. Yep, there we go. Gonna hit Shift F5 to shrink these layers, these keyframes and all these layers. Shift F5. There. That should be enough. Alright. Now, make sure loop playback is checked under control. Hit the return key.
Smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly.
Okay. Now what's left to do is to sync the sound. Sync the mouse shape to the sound. So I want this to end on the grin. So I'm going to click on this first frame here with the black dot in it. Bring it all the way to the end. And I know it's going to be these two layers that we're going to see the most. So I want this on the closed mouth. And I know the dialogue doesn't begin until here. So I'm hitting F5 to move further in the timeline. Going to drag this over here to the start of the dialogue.
Smelly.
Oh, we got a gap there. No problem.
Smelly.
Going to extend this. F5.
Smelly.
Yeah, I think I want that closed mouth right there. Hitting F6 to create those frames. I'm going to select this. Hit Command C and then Command Shift V to paste in place. Let's see what we have now.
Smelly.
That should hold a bit. That closed mouth. F5. I'm going to extend it all the way to this waveform here. Hold on, F5.
Smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly.
And I can just sync the rest of the mouth here. Let's bring these into the fold. Shift F5.
Smelly, smelly, smelly.
1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. One. Second gap, I am going to hit F5 and F6. Delete that there. F6. Paste in place. Command Shift V. Shift F5 to shorten that timeline.
Smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly.
I'm going to hold this. Try again.
Smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly.
There.
Smelly. Smelly, smelly, smelly.
So dialogue's all fixed.
Smelly.
I'm happy.
Smelly, smelly, smelly.
And that leaves me to go into
Smelly.
the body layer of the garlic to improve this drawing. The dialogue is synced.